That word.
That one is a little
Oh, Peter. Peter.
Oh, Peter. First Peter 3 verse Ndoni. Hey. Yeah,
Anyway.
someone used anyway.
What is the first one?
That's the one. First Peter 3 verse 3 and 4. Your beauty should not come from the outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Verse 4. Rather, gold jewelry.
Well. Welcome to the Advent Party. Say underneath the segment
Giggles
and Grace. I am your host, Nane Unane Mwedi, and
CHBD.
And today we're gonna have a discussion because clearly we need to have a discussion on it.
Yes.
We're not attacking anybody because it affects us as well. We just like our thoughts on it, and just to bring a bit of biblical context to just throw the Spanish, but it's our opinions and it's our thoughts and it's our.
And also let us know what you think.
Also, I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
And what that means, you must like, subscribe, comment,
notifications, bell,
all of those things. Because wow.
Gunning.
Anyway, we're discussing with our exec, and he's like, "No, it's a female thing. So let's talk about female things." And he said, "Is makeup a pandemic in the church or in general? Is makeup a pandemic?"
I mean, is it a pandemic? Because also, what's a pandemic?
It is a pandemic.
Like,
is an
pandemic
outbreak.
is a problem. Yeah,
it's an outbreak.
An outbreak of what? Of cosmetology. Because it's also a job.
Exactly. Is it an outbreak?
You answer. You the cosmetologist here.
I don't think it's an outbreak. I just feel like people are interested in enhancing what they have. That's why I wear makeup.
Okay.
Enhancing what I have.
I mean, with you, to be fair, you look the same.
They say, yes.
Yeah.
I'll touch just a bit,
just gangani.
Open your eyes a bit.
Yeah.
To put, Yeah. But that's the whole conversation that we're having. If makeup is a pandemic, and how do we?
I genuinely think it is, in the sense that the way that it's being used now is a little bit scary, and I think even the guys can sort of attest to it, especially if you're gonna go out as guys. You guys are having a boys' night, and then here comes this fly hand. Fly. She's looking good. Body's body yarding. Contoured to the gods. Apparently, that's. But now and then you realize, hi man, the Adam's apple. You know what I mean? In the space where gender is fluid now. Where there's hims, there's him, she's, them. Yeah, we also in a very blended genderistic society right now, where a man can be a woman can be a man, and there's the whole idea of cross-dressing and all of that. So I think I don't know if I want to call it that. They're gonna come after me. Is it cross-dressing? Is it called? Sorry, I'm also learning.
It is cross-dressing because
you is it?
Okay, you're wearing for your agenda.
Yeah, because people are saying I identify as, therefore I'm dressing accordingly. It's not cross.
And also that's why I'm wearing makeup. But you're setting, right? You're walking, you with your gents, you at the table.
Yeah, and then here comes this Han. You're looking at her. Yeah. She's looking great. Then you find out this is a guy or a transgender person. So I think the makeup space is also accommodating that. Where you can literally change your features, the contouring is doing some other magic. It's changing your jawline from square to round. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. And I think where gender is concerned now, because I'm obviously talking about it in a broader scale, where gender is concerned, I don't know if it's a problem, but I don't want to use the word deceiving also because it's a very touchy topic, but you're not your real self.
So it is.
It goes changing back to yourself.
Like, it goes back to being.
You don't wake up like that.
Yes.
You know, so
we're made for work. We are made for church. We're made for dates. We're made for everything. When are you not made?
When you're sleeping. That's the only
time you'll see the real me. Do you understand? So
some people actually take it to the extreme. They wake up like an hour before, do a bit of powder. Then then they do their hair.
Then it is a pandemic.
And then they do their hair. Then they sleep.
Then it is a pandemic. It's a pandemic.
That last hour of the day.
So it isn't a pandemic, if you're saying. So what? Makeup, right? Makeup. The definition of makeup is a collection of cosmetic products applied onto the face, sometimes the body, to enhance, alter, or highlight your appearance.
You see the altering part.
It's the problem.
That's the problem. Because you're not real. You're not you. Does that constitute as a lie? Is makeup a lie, essentially?
It's an art, man. It's an art form. Like, we are expressing ourselves.
What are you expressing on your face? By changing you. By changing...
You're showing me that I can give you 3 different people. I can give you, like, no, but genuinely, like, because I put on makeup, right? In me put on makeup, right?
Yeah.
I never look the same. My makeup is never the same, right? And that goes to where you contour. So if you contour going up, then my face will look a bit smaller. If I'm contouring this way, it will be a bit wider. Where I put the blush, could be, if I put the blush here, and then you look different, you understand? So I want to give you different personalities. I want to give you Nanya, Selena, Nay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So I think it's an art form of trying to show you that, I don't have to be the same all the time.
But then what about self-esteem?
No,
because I feel like it also does play a little bit on your self-esteem. For example, for me, I started wearing makeup. My makeup journey started in high school, where I had my first eyeliner. Where it's especially the one here underneath the eyes. You just, girl.
I don't even cry anymore. It's so
I became such a pro. At some point, I used to steal my mom's eyeliner. I used to steal my mom's mascara as well, because I would see the white girls do it, and it looked nice on them, it's like, with my little hump here.
We come from
remember
far.
that hump?
We come from far. Anyway.
And then the boys thought we were hot.
Exactly.
Did you guys not?
They did.
Like, they thought we were...
Today our eyes look different.
And then I also started putting on nail polish, but I put on the clear one, and it would look nice, like,
Yeah.
It does give you like that
a bit
extra
of a boost. It does.
Confidence, but I'm trying to figure out, like, was that the result of the social media back then, in terms of when we looked at music videos, because that was kind of like our social media. That's how it started. When we looked at music videos of your Beyonces and whatever, their skin is so clear. Yes. How did they do that? And you notice that they have like a little wing there. You start learning how to do that wing. You buy mascara. You also watch your mom do her makeup every Sabbath, because my mom used to do makeup, but like subtle makeup. Like, she never really liked like heavy. Like,
I think all our parents did start to makeup. They just did foundation or powder. They did powder. They kept it moving.
My mom did powder. Literally,
I think
it didn't look good, but advanced. Yeah. So she would, do the bit of mascara here and there, and then I would want to replicate that, and I started doing it at school. And obviously, in high school, the teachers and the prefects started picking up that the girls are doing this, and now the rules became even more stricter about. No makeup,
no edges.
But nothing. We still found a way to.
So we did it during school hours. We wouldn't come. Like, I know girls who did it. They came with the stuff to school.
And they did it at the gate. In the bathroom.
Yeah, so at the gate, because they would check. They'd be like, okay, no.
Yeah.
And then, but when they get to the bathroom, like,
yeah.
And then they're all cute. So I didn't. I only started wearing makeup at 18 on a matric dance.
Yeah, I used to
my mom was very strict. So she said,
mom
said,
stuff.
you only wear makeup metric tons.
Yeah.
And that's when I did it. So I used to see the girls, but I was just like, yo, my mom will beat me.
Yeah.
So I was not like trying to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why people are like, you're late bloom. I'm like, I guess so. And I think makeup, because of the music videos, it kind of like, it plays with your mind. Like you are what you consume, right? So we saw the music videos where their skin was clear. They didn't have eye bags. They didn't have hyperpigmentation.
They didn't have a pimple
exactly.
inside.
So then I think then we were like, okay, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And we knew that the products that we're using were not going to give us that. So makeup does that. Makeup kind of hides the imperfections, per se.
What are the imperfections? The pimples, the hyperpigmentation, the acne scarring.
Exactly. Okay. You look uniform when you have makeup, right? Yeah. If you're just putting on the foundation. But if you're like me, who's extra, you put the blush and the concealer. But I think when they did introduce it was because they wanted it to just, for you to look uniform and not have different stuff on your face. Which type of
but now
do
you think we're overdoing it now? Do you think in this society we are overdoing it? And I want to start off because there's two parts to it, right? There's the church part of it, and then there's the everyday part of it, right? So the everyday part of it,
why
maybe
makeup every day though?
Yo, girl, like there's this girl at my previous employment. You would never see her without makeup. Never. Even when she was sick, dying, she still looked like Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like,
so that means she wakes up 2 hours earlier to do makeup.
Like every single day. Like every
so
day
then it
she
is
was
a problem.
Always made up. I mean, is it a problem? Is it though? Because I remember the first time we saw her without makeup. She looks so different. Like, she didn't look like herself.
Which is always the case.
And I think it's because obviously we're used to seeing her in a certain way. So now when she came without makeup, she looked like a ghost.
You're like,
hey, Selena, is this you, bro? Like, dude, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I guess, okay, just going back to my train of thought, right? So there's two parts. There's the church part, there's the everyday part. And everyday part also constitutes going on date night, like with your boyfriend, or even going on a date with someone, you don't know. So let's just put it in this scenario. Girl meets boy, cool, they're going on a date, right? And maybe it's not even a movie night, like an intimate date, like a restaurant, gonna chat it up over food type of thing. She's maked up to the heavens and back, you know. And so in that type of in space, like, is it okay for her to be super maked up like that? And then maybe let's say 3 or 4 dates down the line, she's starting to wear less makeup or no makeup at all, type of thing. And then maybe the relationship graduates to a point where they're now super comfortable, and he sees her for the first time without any makeup. Is it wrong for him to feel like
she deceived him?
Yeah, like,
no,
like
I don't
to feel
think,
conned.
I don't think so, right? So with me, right? Like we said, it's our opinions. You guys could disagree and agree, but on my end, I see makeup as just to enhance the little things that you have. So if you've got nice eyes, then you do stuff to enhance your eyes, whatever, right? So I feel like first dates, you shouldn't do too much. You can do a very light makeup, right? You do your foundation, you do a little bit of concealer, not too much. Don't change yourself, because if you're trying to be with this person is then going to see without makeup, he's going to see with heavy makeup and so forth. So I feel like first date, if you can keep it as natural as possible, do that. And let him see that, and let him either choose that he wants to be with that or not. But then
would it now, because now other girls will say, nah, but now, you lied to me, like, this is not how you look like, and then they break up because he's no longer attracted to her. Does that make him a shallow person?
It's not a shallow person, it's just his preference, remember? Everybody has their preference.
So he's allowed to say,
you're not my spec because I liked you better with this type of makeup, and I know that you can't do this every single day. So I feel like come as you are, just a little bit, enhance here, there. Don't do too much, because let him like you even outside the makeup. You're being a con artist. Con artist.
Guys, let us know.
On the first date.
Being a con artist. That's a bit heavy, friend.
No, I'm thinking like for the gents, like probably like, yo, con artist, I've been scammed. Do you understand?
I guess that's also how they feel.
That's
when
how they feel.
Macking on a girl and it turns out to be a
guy
type of thing.
Do you understand?
And because the whole makeup thing. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is a pandemic because now it is also being used in our society too much, and now guys don't know whether they're speaking to a guy or not. So, you know what I mean? So we're literally at that age, and I think this is also a conversation we'll need to have with the gents. Like, how do they know that they're speaking to a girl? You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're meeting someone for the first time. You never know now. Like, because again, we're in a very gender fluid society now, where everything is intermingled. Girls are no longer just girls. They can, you know what I mean? So then the second part of it now would be the church part. Say now I'm in my AY uniform. Remember uniform, get uniform. Uniform must respect uniform. If I'm in my Pathfinder uniform or my ambassador uniform, my AY uniform, or master guide uniform, the ladies, are we allowed to wear red lipstick?
So this conversation after I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because we recently had AY at Santon Church, and people were showing up in interesting, apparel. I mean, including the shoes. Like, I was actually looking at the shoes. I'm just like, girls wearing the highest, it's black, but it's a stiletto. You know what I mean? What is uniform? Especially in the SDA church. Like, what is it? Because the way I grew up understanding uniform, it is taffies. You're wearing a taffies, you're wearing socks. You are wearing your AY uniform, no makeup.
Yeah.
So
I think it's such a touch and go type of situation, right? Hey, I don't know. We live in the 21st century, number one, right? And it's come as you are. So if my coming as you are is having a full face beat, who are we to judge that person, right?
But it's uniform.
Does it state that you're not allowed to wear makeup with uniform though? Because
you must read the church.
Yeah, because for me, I wear makeup with uniform.
Do you put on your red lip as well?
No, I don't.
Your maroon lip.
I put lip gloss. I line my lips and because it's part of the makeup look. I feel like it would look weird without lip gloss.
Then don't wear it. Don't wear makeup. It's uniform.
But
you're supposed to be at your plainest. It's kind of like how we respect school uniform when you're at school. You're not allowed to wear red lip. How come you're able to do that with the things of God? No, let's think about it.
True.
When we're wearing our school uniform back in high school.
So you're saying at the Congress, they must not wear makeup, the girls.
Yo. If you can respect uniform for 12 years, guys, for 12 full years.
Yeah.
And when the principal or the prefects are telling you you're not allowed to wear this, and they take you to the bathroom and you remove it, otherwise you get detention. Shouldn't it be the same thing of the things of God? But we're not stringent about that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We can wear our red bottom stiletto black heels with our AY uniform, with our bold red lip, super makeup face, and then you can even see like your shirt is becoming brown here because Miguel. You know what I mean?
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
So because it's making me also think, because I wear makeup when
it goes back to that thing of modesty. What is the definition of modesty, especially in the church space? Being modest. Because when you talk about modesty, we're only talking about short skirts and you can't wear this and that.
So I can't say I'm modest.
You can't. Can you? Is makeup part of modesty?
Yo.
Is it? Read Funda Jezabella. What was it?
So. For me.
I'm sorry, but it's a valid question.
And I need to go into a self-introspection now, because for the longest time, right? Because like I said, I got into makeup in 2018, right? And obviously I was with the trends, whatever. Now I'm like, full, like proper into this thing. And I wear makeup every other Sabbath, right? The day I don't wear it is when I'm like, I'm lazy to wake up and do this thing, but I will always look like I passed today, you know? So now I'm thinking, with my uniform, am I allowed to do this? Or in general, am I... I keep saying, I'm modest. I'm only modest in the way I dress and not the way I look with my face. Is makeup really modest?
And I guess we could even like extend that to nails.
Oh!
I used to be...
Yeah. I used to have clothes. I used to be...
That was me, guys. Listen, you know those extra, what do they call it? Cardi B's. They call them Cardi B's. Like at my nail tech where I do my nails. And so they always come after me like, are you not doing your Cardi B's anymore? And I'm like, I've rebranded. I'm a new creature in Christ. You know, because I remember someone said to me, there was a guy actually who said to me, because I had my super stiletto nails, and he came to me and he asked me, you know what we call those nails? I was like, what? You probably have to blip these out. And then he said to me, we call them D-grabbers, you know what? So yeah, I used to do those like long nails, right? Like the Cardi B nails, the stiletto ones. And then this guy came up to me and he said to me, you know what we call those nails? I'm like, what? Then he's like, I won't use the other word, but there's another word that comes before. He says the grabbers. I was like, that is not
what I want to be.
What I want someone to look at me and think, you know? That's whoa, especially the space that I'm in now, where I'm a new creature in Christ, and obviously, we're in the public platform, and I also use my hands a lot. You know what I mean? So imagine me doing this, and all you're watching is my grabber nails. So again, when it comes to the church environment, and if we are really in Christ, what is modesty, and what can we do, and what can we not do? Are we putting too much worldly stuff and worldly aesthetics in the house of God? You know what I mean? If we it's the things to think about. And again, with the whole uniform thing, because we do wear our nails and our what and our toes,
and funny enough,
and our big
going back
stiletto
to
heels.
When I was like a Pathfinder counselor, right? Went to some camp, and I'm not big on nails, right? And also because of the sports I play, like it's pointless doing nails when I play netball because they're not allowed. So even when I do them, they're very short. So at this, I think this counselor camp, got to the counselor camp, and this girl had like red nails. And the one of the master guys was like, sorry Sisi, don't keep a zinto. And she's like, no, but this is acrylic. And she's like, no, Lana, we don't do that. You wear you put Vaseline on your mouth, and you have your natural nails, right? So so it is a thing. Like I just thought about it. It is a thing where you're supposed to be at your...
You need to respect your uniform.
Must be plain.
Yeah, plain.
Or plain Jane.
Plain Jane. The way God created you. If it didn't come out of the womb with you, you shouldn't be putting it on, apparently.
Sure.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, so apparently it's a real thing.
But let's find an example in the Bible.
So,
what's in 2 Kings?
2 Kings 9 verse 30. Then Jehu went to Jezreel. When Jezebel heard about it, she put on eye makeup, arranged her hair, and looked out of the window.
Hey. Who did it?
Jezebel.
So that's one of the examples.
So she made before she, it's like her going on a date. Like you make yourself up. You put on the best dress. You put on your best perfume.
But didn't Ruth do something similar?
Yes, for Boaz, because her mother-in-law said she must do it.
Actually, I'm thinking about it now. When the mother-in-law said you must
to do this, put on your best thing, put on your best perfume, and
best perfume. Yes, and then go and sleep at, what did she say? Sleep at his feet or something. Yeah. Oh, so guys, it's not bad.
I got bad.
It's not bad.
Because what do you mean?
Ruth did it, and she's like the great grandmother of Jesus. So technically,
I got bad. Don't just do too much. I thought they say.
But there's like do you think she also did it like modestly though? Like in the sense of, because it doesn't mention that she put on makeup. Yeah. She just smelled nice and she looked good. So isn't that how we're supposed to be in the church? Just look good and smell nice.
But what if I feel like I look good with makeup?
That's your opinion.
Exactly. It's what I think looks good.
Does everybody else think it looks good? Sorry. That's just you guys, I've seen some funny things here.
People are in trouble. We've seen things. No, but I hear you.
Yeah.
Because you're saying you put on this makeup, right? And let's say you're not the greatest at it. And already you're putting a shade that isn't for you. Ish. So I'm like, for me, I don't mean to do it, but it's just the makeup artist in me.
Yeah.
When I see that, it's not matching. I want to take a beauty blender
and just.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So it's a yeah. Are you doing it? Who are you doing it for?
Yeah.
And the word on the streets, right? And this is like church based, right? It says people feel like it reflects vanity or worldliness, which means they feel like they should avoid it, right? Number 2 is they see it as a distraction from inner beauty or a holy lifestyle, right? Number 3, they worry it contributes to performance-based identity rather than living in authenticity.
You don't think that sometimes like people are just overly critical?
They are.
Because I remember hearing something like this about a lady who preached a couple of weeks ago at a church, right? It was a woman's thing. And there was a lot of criticism about the way she was dressed.
Yeah.
So there were 2 things, right? One was she was a bit too distracting because the dress was just too flowy and it just touched the knee. It was just above the knee and it was too tight on her or whatever. And she was obviously preaching divine service and the preaching was so good. It was so, because I was listening, you know what I mean? But apparently the guys, especially the younger guys, they were just too distracted by the way she was dressed, and you know the frills or whatever all around her dress was just too much. And so I'm just trying to think to myself, like, when you're standing in front of the church, right, which is something that I kind of also battle with myself in terms of being in this space, in the social media space as well, in the podcasting space. When someone came up to me and told me about my nails, right, because I remember I was sort of like preaching when they came up to me and they told me, hey, you know what do we call those nails, you know what I mean? And it immediately I shifted and I changed literally the week after, and I decided, you know what, short is the way to go, and I'm loving them. Ooh, guys, why didn't you guys put me on? But anyway, so yeah, and then I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe she's also read the comments and she's also thinking about it herself to be like, maybe they're right, you know. And these are opinions that are coming from people. If people are telling you that this is distracting, then it must be distracting.
Yeah, I mean, and also you don't want to be a distraction to the people of God. I think more than anything, I think you just want to go be the vessel. So do the work, like do what you are appointed to do, and let it be that. Let it be.
But I want to look good doing it, though.
Yes.
Like if my red lip makes me feel good, why can't I do it in my red lip?
But it's a distraction, and the people think it's a distraction. So it's
because I'm focused. You focused on my lips
instead of what I'm saying. So it's a. Understand?
Yeah, that one is a bit.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
And it reminds me of this verse in James 3.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's James 3 verse 1. Let me find it here. Yeah, James 3 verse 1. Not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. Verse 2. We all stumble in many ways. Anyone who is never at fault in what they say is perfect, able to keep their whole body in check. Right? So I want to focus more on the first part where it says we will be judged more strictly.
Exactly.
So if people are coming to you and they're telling you your red lip is distracting and your nails are distracting and your makeup is too much, and you go and you stand in front of the pulpit, you know, and you're teaching people. So obviously the contents of what you're saying,
it's not going to be heard.
It's not being heard. And also when you also left the house telling yourself you're going to the pulpit and you knew you were going to the pulpit, and you decide to, I guess the word is adorn.
That word.
That one is a little
Oh,
one.
Peter. Peter.
Oh, Peter. First Peter 3 verse 20. Hey. Yeah, anyway. Someone used... Anyway. Hey. We move. So, yeah, and you adorn yourself in these things, right? Like, and you go and you teach and you preach and whatever. And if someone is telling you that you are distracting, you know, I didn't hear what you said. All I could focus on was that thing. Your dress is shining and your lip is red and your face and your chest don't look the same. You know, so is that like, should you take that?
I think you should.
And fix it about yourself.
I think you should, because we're going back to what we believe in, which is the Bible.
Yeah.
And I keep saying you can't believe in half the Bible. You must believe in all of the Bible. So, I mean, take it, and I think you then have to alter the things, the way you dress or the way you do your makeup or whatever. Let it, I guess, be...
Because it does say also in Matthew, where God warns us, and he says, woe to those who cause others to sin, right? So you should not also be the vessel of sinning, of sin. So if someone is looking at you and you showed up in your stiletto heels and the AY uniform, all dolled up with your red lip, where does the concept of a red lip come from? Let's start there. You know what I mean? Like, your lips are being highlighted. So someone out there who is struggling with sexual sin, for example, looks at that, and maybe that's what they type in on Google when they want to, you know what I mean? And they saw that on your face, and now they are having images in their head about that red lip touching their lips instead of listening to the word of God. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's those things that we really need to have a conversation about as to what is modesty?
What is it?
And I know that we're diverting now, but it obviously goes back to
makeup.
The whole concept of makeup.
It is part of modesty, and I mean, it's
so
something
should we
that
wear less makeup? Should we not wear makeup at all? And what about the people who are in the cosmetology space, like you? Yeah. This is your job.
On the flip side, right? Others are saying makeup is just a form of self-care or expressing yourself. Like I said, it's an art. And it doesn't have to clash with my Christian values,
right?
Unless it's used to hide insecurities or gain approval, right? And then it says, then the question is makeup being used to enhance beauty or replace identity? Does it draw attention to self, or is it simply part of presenting oneself with care?
Okay.
And what are the heart or intention behind wearing it? Those are the last 3 questions that we need to tackle.
What is the intent
of you wearing?
So is it wrong of me to wear makeup and because I wear makeup only on Sabbath?
Same.
Same. Now that I think about it. Same. That's the only time I actually...
Because for me, when I went, the reason my intention is to show up for God, right? And when I say showing up for God, right, my showing up is be my best self. And I feel like my best self when I then enhance my beauty a bit. I put on makeup because I feel good, right?
You're going on a date.
And I feel like I'm going on a date with God, right? And that's why I put my best clothing on, and it's like, and you really need to look good for God. It's not.
So it's for God.
Yeah, for me it's not.
When you're putting your concealer.
Oh God, I'm like, what? I'm like, do you see the effort I'm putting, God, for you? That's what I think. Yeah. Do you understand? And I feel like many other girls could feel that way, but like that's my intention. I don't know what other people's intentions are. And also the other question is it to enhance the beauty? For me, it's because I'm beautiful with and without.
Yes, ma'am. Come on.
To enhance the beauty or to replace real identity? So that's the questions you need to ask yourself. Are you replacing your identity?
Yeah.
Are you not comfortable with yourself? Are you insecure? And do you think, makeup makes you look better? Or?
I don't know about change identity, because change identity is a bit crazy. I think we sort of touched on it in the beginning about men and women, gender fluid society.
Yeah.
But the way in which why I put on makeup is similar to you, right? Where I'm just, I'm doing my best dress, my best self on Sabbath. I'm going on a date with my God. And yes, I will wear my rings on Sabbath, right? Because I'm also not a person that likes to pretend that during the week I'm gonna wear my jewelry, but during Sabbath I don't like pretending. I'm not a pretentious person. So if I do this during the week, I'll probably do it on Sabbath too, because it's a part of me. Yes, of course, there are certain things you're obviously going to tweak here and there, because Sabbath is a holy day, right? But I don't know, like, is it changing my identity, or is it just enhancing?
It's enhancing. And also you, like you're saying, you speak with your hands, so the reason
all you're seeing is gold. You're not really paying attention to me. So it's also those things that I'm actually thinking about as well, like to say,
does it draw attention to self?
Is it drawing too much attention to self, you know? I don't know.
It's a very tough one.
It's very hard. And I think, like I said earlier, if obviously you're getting reports back and people are telling you that this is distracting, maybe you should do something about it.
I mean, I had a report back when I once... Jesus. Anyway, I met a guy at church and he made me with makeup, right? Because it's the Sabbath and I put makeup on. And then we went out on a date. And I was not wearing makeup because I'm not going to put makeup on a random day. It's expensive, number one.
And I don't know you like that.
I don't know you like that to be putting makeup on. So I went to this date and he's like, oh no, you're actually even more prettier without makeup.
Aww.
Do we take that as a compliment or an insult? You look more pretty without makeup.
I think it should be a compliment. But then it can also be a slight jab to say you're doing your makeup.
I was like, am I doing my makeup wrong?
Yeah, like, do you look weird without it?
So that's it goes back to the scenario you gave, like, were you going on your first date?
I don't know, guys. You tell us. Is it a jab?
Tell us in the comments.
Is it a jab when someone says you look better without makeup?
Because there was another guy on my Instagram that I actually blocked, because he kept, like, you know, I always post on Sabbath. Like, that's the only time it's my only time to shine, right? So I post on Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
And there's the one time where I didn't wear makeup, and I posted as well. And I was like, oh, look how beautiful you are. Oh, I like this one. Out of all your pictures on your Instagram. I was like, so
okay, you know weirdo.
Like, you know how much effort I put on makeup, you know?
Yeah.
So I blocked him for other reasons, but that was one of the reasons, right? So is it really a compliment, though?
Is it, I mean, I also use it to sort of like hide imperfections here and there. Because, you know, with hormones, you know, those breakouts... You know, you wanna just
hide this hyperpigmentation,
like, you know, just to feel confident.
Exactly.
But also, that's that confidence, right? That feeling of like, do you think that we are also propaganded into thinking that we look prettier with makeup?
Yeah.
Do you think like it's a societal issue?
It is.
Oh,
it is.
I mean, that's what Abo, Maybelline and whatever and Yardley and whatever. They're selling beauty.
Yes, they are. They're
right?
telling you
it's a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're telling you look better.
Like you need
with this thing on. Yes. That's why I'm at a point where I'm like, let me fix the face. Let me work on the hyperpigmentation.
Okay.
So that I can rock it without it, because that's what they do. You become what they tell you.
And I'm also on the skincare journey as well, where you kind of eat your skincare. It's like a thing that's trending now, where I can actually feel better and I actually feel like I look better because my skin is breaking out less. Yes, because of hormones and whatever, that time of the month I will get a pimple or two, but that goes away quicker. You know, because I'm also healthy, I'm eating healthier, I'm exercising, I'm drinking my water. So maybe we just need to prioritize that, because again, what is the premise of why we're wearing makeup? Are we hiding something? Is it to make you feel good? Is it to make you look good? I don't know. Like, it's just those. What is your reasoning
behind it
as well? You know what I mean?
For me, it's to enhance the beauty
that already there. Yes, ma'am.
So.
But I do think we should also...
It goes back to the question as to, is it modesty? Because I'm for modesty. I'm always saying I'm a modest girl.
Yeah.
Is makeup modest?
When it comes to the things of God, probably not. I think we've established that. But then again, let us know, guys.
Look, let us know.
We are also learning. We're also trying to figure this out as well.
It's a conversation we needed to have.
Yeah, for sure.
And we thought, let us record it for you.
Yeah, I do want to read something as we close off, right? I think is it 1 Peter 3. I need to understand this one. It's 1 Peter 3, ne? Where it says, where is it? Is it 1 Peter 3, verse 3 and 4?
What is the first one? What is the first one?
That's the one. 1 Peter 3, verse 3 and 4. Your beauty should not come from the outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Verse 4. Gold jewelry. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's eyes. Is this verse saying, don't do these things? I don't think so. I don't. I don't think it's a hard and fast rule. I don't think God is saying, do not wear makeup, do not wear jewelry, do not... Because this verse was thrown at me at some point. Yeah. And I'm trying to understand why it was thrown, right? So... And I'm also trying to learn from it. The way I understand it, right? Again, I could be wrong, guys. I could absolutely be wrong. Please do correct me. But the way I understand it is that God is not focused on your outward beauty. Yes, He's focused on
inside.
That's right? So it's pointless for you to look good, smell good, and adorn yourself in all of these things and have a horrible character. You're ugly,
true.
And go around killing people's spirits and go around gossiping and hurting people along the way. You know what I mean? I do think that God is more so, because again, why do we have these things at our disposal? Why did God create gold?
Why did He put also the knowledge into somebody to create this makeup product?
Right.
Because it's from God, the knowledge.
That's right.
The wisdom.
Exactly. And then also when the Israelites, I want to take it back in terms of the Jewish space now. When the Israelites left Egypt, how were they able to build that gold calf? They had jewelry. You know what I mean? They used to wear jewelry because they were brought out of Egypt. And Egypt is very elaborate back then. You know what I mean? So yes, and also when the Bible talks about riches and all that stuff, it does talk about having gold and silver and all that. Yes, it's being used as coins, but also our kings and whatever, they were wearing those crowns and you know, their apparel, their clothing was filled with jewels and all that kind of stuff. So technically jewelry is not a problem, adorning yourself is not a problem, but if that is the only thing you're going to focus on, it goes back to intent of why you're wearing the makeup.
True.
You know, why you're wearing the jewelry. Is it to adorn yourself and make yourself like this, you know, beyond, you know, what your personal appearance is what matters over what's inside? Then maybe that would be the issue.
Right. So, guys.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
It's an interesting one. But want to thank you for tuning in and getting to this part of the video.
Do engage with us.
Do engage with us in the comments.
Again, we could be totally wrong.
And that's okay. We're learning.
That's all right. Yeah.
We're learning, but please comment and let us know if makeup is a pandemic or not.
Is it a problem?
Is it a problem? Love
you guys.
Goodbye.